Okay, okay. Today's lesson will be on proportions, and you're using ratios to get proportions, and we'll go through it a little bit. But let's go through a quick review of what a ratio is. What is a ratio?
It's comparing two numbers.
Comparing two numbers, absolutely. And the whole thing about it is we are comparing two numbers. All right. And what is a rate?
Comparing two numbers that have different units.
Comparing two numbers with different units. Absolutely. And what is a unit rate? The other vocabulary word we have, unit rate. And why do you have it? What is a unit rate? Yeah, that's when the denominator is 1. Okay, as an example, if I have 4 to 3, and I have 4 feet and 3 seconds. Those are the two units, feet and seconds. And I want this to be a unit rate. What would I do here? Huh? You don't simplify it. What would you do to make this a unit rate? Divide by 3 on both sides. And I would get 1 here and 1 and 3. Okay, 1.3 goes on forever. All right, and that's just telling you you can use it to easily compare the next time. All right, if I'm going to travel 4 feet in 3 seconds, that's pretty slow. I'd be pretty slow. But if somebody goes something else, but it's used to easily compare. Again, comparing two numbers. It's easy to compare one thing to the other. All right? So today, we're going to go on to proportions. And what is a proportion? You guys, this is a review. What is it? A proportion. When do you see proportions? What? On a map, like 1 inch might equal 100 miles or whatever. Absolutely. Like a scale drawing of a architectural plan, you might see that so that it represents a whole building. Absolutely. Okay, and we kind of used them with our homework last time when we had a variable, and in this case it's 12, and equals 3/4. It is two ratios, but and they are always equivalent. All right, one is simplified and one is not. All right, and generally when we're trying to solve them, we are trying to solve for what? The variable, in this case, it's n. All right, and there is a real quick way to do this. Sometimes it's really easy to say I can divide by 3 and I get 4. What do I divide to get here? So you would know n equals 9, right? Or, all right, what happens if you have, so you can actually just guess this one, because 4 times 3 is 12, 3 times 3 is 9. Does everybody understand that? Sometimes if they work out pretty easy. But if you have a proportion like 50 over 20 equals x over 16. In this case, you don't know what to multiply or divide 20 by to get 16. It's really difficult to do that. In this case, what would you do instead? Karen?
20 times x.
Yes. What do we call that? Cross multiply. What's 50 times 16? 16 times 5 is 30, 800. And then cross multiply here is 20x. Now, what do we have? Back to last chapter, we have a equation. We have to solve for what x is. So we divide both sides by 20, and you get 40 equals x. And so this is the equivalent. Is this simplified if I put down 40 over here? Is that simplified? No, but it's still equal. 50 over 20 is the same thing as 40 over 16. Okay, let's do it again. How many kids find this pretty easy as far as solving for the equation? It's going to be far easier than what we went through last time. Okay, another one. 250 over 30 equals x over 51. So we cross multiply, and 250 times 51, 250 times 51, and you can use your calculators. That's not right. Try a calculator that works. Okay. Give me a calculator that works. Okay. 12,750, and then equals 30x.
Oh.
Okay, and what would you do the next step here? Divide by 30 on both sides, and you get x equals 425. How many kids think they can solve what a proportion is? Okay, and again, it is two ratios or two rates with one number missing, so you need to solve for what's missing. Are these two equal? Are these two equal? Are these two equal? How do I know they're equal? How do I know they're equal?
They have an
There's an
equal
equal sign, absolutely. So they're an equation, aren't they? And we're just solving for what x is. And then you would actually write it, so 250 over 300 equals 425 over 51. Okay? Yes?
You said 250 over 300, but you
Oh,
wrote 30.
yes. Sorry. 250 over 30 equals 425 over 51. Okay, and that's how it solves in. So you're just solving for what the value of x is again. All right, let me try an easier one here. 6 over c equals 54 over 99. Okay, are these ratios? Are they ratios? Yes, and they're equivalent ratios. And because one's missing, we need to solve for that one variable up here. What would we do here? 6 times 99 is what?
594.
594. Very good. And multiply times this is 54c. And now what do we do? Divide by 54, divide by 54, and what do we get?
11.
11 equals c, but turn it around to c equals 11. And then you could substitute that in there if you needed to. So they are equal. Okay, and are these the only two that are equal? No, they go on forever. Okay, oh, is this okay? This is a lot easier than solving for equations that we had before with the multi-steps, isn't it? Okay, thank you.